everybody, my name is Shani Jones and this is KNKY, which stands for Know the New Kinky You. I am your resident certified sex coach, and today we are here to talk about arousal non-concordance. Sexy, right? Not really. But before we start, just want to thank you all again for taking the time to watch the video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification buttons for updates. We are a community, so please feel free to share your feedback and commentary in the comments, and follow me across all social media at DYOUKNKY. So what is arousal non-concordance? Well, it is a term that I first heard about as I'm studying and researching. It was flagged by Dr. Emily Nagoski, and it's basically our body's reaction to sexual stimuli that doesn't necessarily match up to how it is that we feel about that sexual stimuli. So in an earlier video we talked about the disgust response, and you know how the disgust response is a chemical biological thing within us as human beings, and how sex can diminish that response, you know, without us necessarily having control over it. Arousal non-concordance is a similar thing. So for instance, when a study was done, 50% of the men in the study, they responded with an erection to things that they didn't necessarily consider sexually stimulating. That was 50% of men. 10% of women responded to the same thing. So more men respond to or have a physical response to sexual stimuli than women, but it still happens. It's just very disproportionate in male versus women. And again, we talked about the types of research that needs to be done to understand these dynamics between and I'm going to say men and women, but cisgendered males and cisgendered females. So that's what the population of the study was. Why an erection was achieved is not sure, but it was achieved. And same thing for women. Women responded with becoming wet, or you know, other type of positive sexual, what is determined as positive sexual response. So why this can be a problem, and you probably still don't get why it's a problem, is that, have you ever been in a situation where you weren't interested in sex, but someone told you, oh well, you must want it because you're wet, or because you're hard, or because your body has displayed some type of physical response to the situation that you're in? That's just how our bodies are designed. We are cognizant and subconsciously aware of sexual situations, and our bodies prepare for those potential sexual situations, but it doesn't mean that those are sexual situations that we want to be in. So think about back to R. Kelly, and not him necessarily in his current state of issues, but the fact that in his song Your Body's Calling Me, he says your mind is telling me no, but your body is telling me yes. So he's saying, fuck what you said, fuck what I'm hearing out of your mouth. Your body is responding in a way that tells me you want to have sex. So he's disregarding in that instance what no means, just because there's a physical reaction. Our bodies are trained this way, even if we do not desire it or want it. It's automatic, and we have very limited control. I mean, and when I say limited control, meaning like our body responds to it Perhaps we can figure out a way to shut it off, but for the most part, it's unconscious. It's a unconscious response to that sexual situation. One instance where this can become a problem, or has been a problem in the past, is that women who are raped or sexually assaulted, some women have reported that they, you know, were wet, or that they orgasmed during the process. And they can feel shame behind it because they associate being wet or orgasming with the desire for sex. And it's not. It is, I am in a sexual situation. This is how our body knows to respond in this situation. And it did what it was supposed to do. Even though you did not want it, you did not ask for it. It's the same thing as being in a fight or flight situation. You have to make a decision as to how it is that you'll respond. The worst part about the arousal non-concordance is that you don't have that same opportunity to make the decision. Your body just says, oh, I'm about to be in a sexual situation, let me respond accordingly. So this can also cause problems for women in that situation, you know, with their families or their support system, because again, a lot of people don't talk about this, a lot of people don't know it. And so if that female reports having orgasmed or become aroused, that people make her feel like, oh, well, you must have wanted it, you must have attracted it, this is something, it could be, this is your fault that it happened to you. And we should all know that that is nowhere near the case of being true. This is why genital response to stimuli does not give consent or permission. It's just the physical reaction. When you are about to engage in a sexual situation with someone, verbal consent is very important. You must know that this person wants to be in this situation, there is desire for this situation, that they are not being coerced in any way, that this is something that they are responding to in a physical way because they want to be in that state. They want to be in that physical, emotional place with you. So non-concordance does not mean that there is something wrong with you. It is natural, usually unconscious response to sexual stimuli. And if you've ever been in this situation and you felt that it was a problem, especially if it's an unresolved problem for you, please talk to somebody about it. It's, again, it's very natural, and the shame that kind of comes along with it, or can come along with it, is not something that a person should carry the burden of when it's not your fault. So I ask you, has your body ever betrayed you? And if it has, what did you do about it? So please share your comments below. And again, I appreciate everybody for watching this video and taking the time out to share your feedback and your thoughts with me. I can't wait to see you in the next one, for you to see me and leave the comments. And then I hope that you've learned a little bit more about the new kinky you. I am Shani Jones, and I will see you again next time.